Hi, I am here with Kelly Basford today, and we're going to be talking all about her art and her practice and what she's up to in lockdown. Hi, Kelly, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks, Elme. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining me. It's always
Thank
nice to
you.
see you.
Yes, you too.
Well, let's jump straight in. I'd love if you could start by just letting everyone know, who you are and what you create, and maybe a little bit about what inspires you or why you create what you do.
Yeah, sure. So as Elme said, my name's Kelly Basford and I'm a mixed media artist and workshop facilitator that lives in Carrum in Victoria. Um, Generally, in terms of mediums, I love to use watercolour. I use some natural inks and acrylic, but I kind of love to explore lots of different things. So I am also doing digital mediums at the moment as well. So I give anything a bit of a try.
Yeah, lovely. And your work has this really like playful, abstracty, colorful feel to it. It always lights me up when I see your posts come up.
Yes, I know you love all that.
You know why? Because like I know that you probably don't think it's hard to like sit down and just play and create shapes on a page. But
Yeah,
I can't do that.
yeah,
I sit and I stare at a blank page and I just go, no, and I put it away. It's like even just the decision of whether to draw a triangle or a circle is too
yeah,
much. So
yeah,
don't underestimate, the skill or not skill, but the creativity that
yeah,
is natural within you.
yeah. No, yeah, and you are right, because I think that as makers and as artists, I think that sometimes we underestimate that kind of, I guess, yeah, skill or intuition that you have in the way that you make things and you bring them to the world. So yeah, it is a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like a day job? Is this what you do full time? Tell us a little bit about your life outside of your art.
Yeah. So this is not my day job. It's just kind of a part-time gig at the moment. I'd love it to be a full-time job, but at the moment I am a stay-at-home mum and I have a 2.5-year-old son. So most of my time is spent with him and looking after him. And
Yeah.
then I dabble when I can with my artwork and teaching classes.
Yeah. Awesome. And you
Yeah.
must have a lot on your hands at the moment, especially with playgrounds and things closed. So
Yes, yes,
good
definitely
fun.
so. He still goes to daycare 1 or 2 days a week, which gives me some space, but yeah, it's very full on at the moment.
Yeah. Do you do art together?
Sometimes he can get a bit chaotic. He does a lot at daycare. Supposedly he's the real artiste at daycare. At
That's awesome.
home, not so much. He would rather be outside playing in the dirt, digging and
Yeah.
things like that.
So you get to keep it just for yourself then,
Yeah, exactly.
which
He's
is
got his
nice.
pencils and his paper on the table, but yeah, it's only an occasional thing.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's good. Sometimes it's nice to like have something that is just yours and you can use it to escape instead of feeling
Oh,
you need to involve him.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, it's great to have that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I've seen on your Instagram you've been doing this, is it 30 days of creative fun or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yep. Yeah,
What's that
spot on.
about?
Well, last year I did a similar thing where I did 30 days of drawing. And it really got me to, I guess, solidify and make a commitment to my artwork. And yeah, people were commenting and really enjoying it, the process with me. And I had some people join as well, which was great to see. And yeah, since we went back into lockdown again, I just felt, why not launch another 30 days? But to make it easier, rather than using a medium like watercolor or something like that, where I would need space to put on my materials, I thought I would just use my iPad and do Procreate, which I've been loving. So no water, no mess. And if I don't like it, I can just delete it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
much
been
easier than
really
30
cool.
minutes
Yeah,
that way.
absolutely. And it's been a lot quicker actually to kind of produce the work in that way. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I've been really enjoying the process.
Do you find that working on little bits of play like that is actually part of your ongoing practice? Like, do these often end up being like sketches for future works or inspire different types of work, or I don't know?
Yeah, I definitely feel it has, even though I've kind of done a lot of different subjects within the 30 days, and I've only just over halfway through. But I'm finding that some of the subjects that I've done, I would like to explore further and maybe make into a couple of smaller collections. Yeah, so it definitely has kind of ignited something where I can see where I can take it, which I really enjoy. It's kind of got that, the creative juices going, I guess you could say, to which way you could take it. So
so, and I guess that's kind of the part that play has in creativity, isn't it? Because you don't always feel inspired or enthusiastic about doing art, and having a bit of a play can light a little fire.
Yeah, well, it's that kind of, I guess, reignition point where you've got just one word that I have in the prompt, and then you can take it anywhere, and it's not serious. It's just about taking a moment to reconnect to yourself, have fun, and look, it could be really good or not great, but it doesn't matter about the outcome.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah.
I love that. Since this is a arts marketing podcast, what do you have something that you struggle with when it comes to marketing your brand? Like, do you love the marketing side of it? Do you hate it? Tell me a little bit about that.
I don't hate it. I enjoy connecting with my audience. I think that the problem I sometimes have is, I guess, finding my target audience. I just kind of post what I feel to post, not with any real direction or I guess a target market in mind. So there's no real clarity in what I'm posting. I just post what I like and put it out there. So yeah.
I think a lot of artists start like that. Art accounts often do start as a hobby, or just, it's even in your personal page and you're just sharing what you're doing.
Yes.
But I think if you're using hashtags and different things to bring people over, and reels, of course, bring new people over, I think you naturally develop the target audience. So you've just got to go and work out how to analyze that at some stage. So anyone playing at home that's going, how the hell do you do that? Having, once you've got 500 followers or some large-ish number of followers, it'd be a good time to go and have a look at your Instagram insights and look at the age demographics, the location demographics, have a look at what posts they resonate with the most, which posts they resonate with the least, and then ask some questions about that. So go, okay, my audience is mostly 25 to 35. Why would that be? What in my work would be encouraging that audience to follow me? And then can kind of help you start talking to your target audience, because you have a bit of a better idea of who they might be. So you might find that people resonate a lot with posts about your son, because they might be mums, or that, maybe it's, if you were doing some kind of stationery or something, that they tend to resonate more with that. So I think the data is there, and just by having a play and seeing what works, that you'll start to develop a target audience anyway. I guess it's a different way of doing it to how like a brand would, right? Like if I was launching
of course,
bikini brand is always the one that I think of. I would have a very specific audience in mind, right? There'd be people that live on the beach, or maybe that are going on holidays, that, want to wear a specific type of swimsuit, and then working out how to talk to them would be very, very easy, right? But with art, it's a bit more abstract and a bit.
Definitely.
A little bit.
But you are right though, because I do look at the insights, but I just kind of glaze over it. I don't actually use it as a tool to,
I used to do that like every couple of days. I'd look at the insights and I'd just scroll through it like I was scrolling through the rest of Instagram.
Yes, exactly.
So what I do is I grab a piece of paper and I write down 10 questions, and then I go to my insights to get the answers to those questions, and I write it down. And then that way you're actually looking at it analytically, instead of just like a whole pool of data that is meaningless.
Yeah.
So you can play that one tonight. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, thank you. I will. I'll let you know.
Is there something that you've like learned as part of your art career so far that you could pass on to an artist who's maybe just starting out, or someone that's just having a little bit of a play and thinking, oh, maybe I'll start sharing this with other people?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the one big lesson that I guess I've learned along my own journey is, after I had my son, I don't know, I just had this feeling to get out some paper and some watercolors and just play. And it was just a spur of the moment thing. I thought, no, I've got too many things to do. No, we're not going to do it. But I just went, no, we're just going to stop for 5 minutes and take some time to reconnect for myself. And it was the best thing that I ever did. I think the one thing that people always come up with is there an excuse, you've got too much going on in their life. Oh, I've got to go and do the washing. I've got to do the cooking, pay the bills. But what they don't realize, even if they just took 5 minutes for themselves to just sit and just simply get out a little piece of paper and some paints or a pencil, even just a pencil, and just reconnected and drew for themselves, it can make a big difference in your life. And it really changed a lot for me, just taking that 5 or 10 minutes a day to commit and reconnect and just enjoy.
Yeah, that's so nice. And so it was a little bit of self-care.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There might have been times where I was really tired and didn't really feel like it, but I still just made the commitment to just sit for 5 minutes. And I was surprised how often it actually re-energized me, even in that 5 or 10 minutes to just sit and play. Yeah. So you're definitely right. It's definitely a part of like a self-care rhythm that you can build for yourself. Yeah.
And it's like, your focus at the moment is your son, and he's in such a time of his life that he requires so much attention from you, but you're also nurturing yourself a little bit as well, and kind of growing the foundations of what will hopefully become like a flourishing art business when you have the time to dedicate it to it. So
exactly.
I think you're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And I think that's the most important part, is that, there are probably lots of mums or people who might be maybe finished their work, retired, and they want to pick up another outlet. But all it takes is just doing one little thing a day, and that over time, you can really build it into something, awesome. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think also with social media, or with the way our culture is at the moment, there's a bit of a, can I sell this? Like we start art or hobbies or whatever, and then we feel almost immediately that it needs to be shared and published and then monetized, or it's not worth our time. It's like a societal capitalism thing, I guess. So by giving yourself the space to just play and see what happens, you kind of, the focus is different. And I think that's the little bit that makes a difference between person who makes art and like professional artist, I suppose, is that the professional artist has often taken that extra time to work out who they are and their art style, and not jumped a few steps.
Yeah, no, exactly right. It's definitely about keeping it simple, I think, and just doing it for you and not worrying about that, because I think you're definitely right that it's like, can I make something from this? Yeah. And that kind of kills it a little, I think, sometimes. But it can also it puts a lot of pressure on you if that's the idea that you have come in with, that, can I make some money off this or this and this? Yeah. Could definitely kind of throw it out of whack a little, I think.
Yeah, or not even money, but maybe likes, engagement, or whatever.
I was going to say engagement. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, But I think we underestimate, you know, we want those metrics. We want that data, that positive feedback loop that's like, yes, people have voted for your artwork in the great Instagram scroll.
No, you're exactly right. It's that recognition that you get. It's like, oh, you know, that little bit more, oh, another like, and so it kind of fuels it in some way. But yeah, it's like if we take that out of the picture and just kind of made something for the process and the act of just reconnecting to yourself and finding that, you know, in a calm stillness, then be a different kind of world, I think. But the age we live in, I guess, you know, everything is instant. And
but you can create boundaries, right? So I always recommend that one of the things that makers often say to me is like, I don't want to stop what I'm doing to take photos of my process. I don't want to be worrying about that while I'm trying to be creative. And the thing I often suggest is to just try and get in the habit of setting up your camera or whatever so that it is filming, or I think you can even set up like a camera to take a shot every minute or something like that if you've got a professional camera. And then forget about it. And just make that part of the process. You know, you get your brushes, you get your water, you set up your camera, and then not posting those pictures until like a week later. Like you don't have to actually do it straight away. And that takes the that kind of can't think of the word that I want, but the satisfaction or the gratification.
The satisfaction. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yes. No, you're correct. And I have done that in the past where I will just set up the camera and just take a series of shots and not use them until a lot later on. But you can still use them within your work. It's
it doesn't need to be today.
No, definitely not. You can bank it. You know what I mean? Bank it up. Use it later.
Schedule it. Do something else with it. But also I think it means that you can create more interesting content with it later because you've got all these different things that you could put together and make different videos out of. So kind of actually making the content creation a creative process on its own.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I was going to say. And I think that's why I enjoy using Instagram so much, is that the platform itself offers us so many different ways of being creative. You've got reels, you've got your stories, you know, you can do polls, ask questions. I underutilize that because sometimes I don't have enough space, but, you know, other artists that I follow, you know, you can connect and learn so much from them just by the different bits of pieces that they add onto the Instagram page. It's very cool. And the reels now with the, you know, the longer reels, you can use still photos. So you can really make it work to complement what you want to bring, I guess.
I think it's just a change in perspective. Instead of like, this is a thing that I have to do, finding a way to make it fun in itself, and not worrying too much about the data, just worry about making it fun, because the data will come. If you're having fun and communicating that with people, then they'll want to follow along, because we all need a little bit of inspiration in our lives, especially at the moment.
Yes, definitely.
So what is your Instagram handle for anyone that might like to find you?
Yes, so it's Kelly_Basford.
And do you have
easy?
Easy peasy. I'll put it in the notes, of course. And do you have like a website or a Facebook or other social media that people can find you on?
So I've got a website which I'm currently in the works of updating, but it's kellybasford.com. And Facebook, yes, I've got a Facebook. It's Kelly Basford Art. So
great.
Yes.
Thank you so much. That was really fun.
Yeah, thanks, Elmay. I loved it. It was great to talk.
Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, you too.
We didn't talk about your workshops, but when the great 6th lockdown ends, we will have a workshop with Kelly on natural ink making. Is it?
Yes, correct. Yep. Yeah. I think we're scheduled for Saturday, the 9th of October, but as long as we're out of lockdown.
Yes. Look, it will happen at some point.
It will happen.
Dates can be moved. I've learned that this year.
We can reschedule. Yes, exactly. Yes.
Great. Well, thank you. I look forward to, seeing you in person. when we
Yes,
can.
me too. Thanks, Elmo.
Great. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.